Hey guys, Matt Granger for Photo News and Reviews at the Olympus stand at Photokina. Just yesterday they've announced two new pens, the Pen Lite and the Pen Mini. And they look pretty damn interesting. Today we're going to look at, well, first up we're going to look at the Pen Lite. Now this one out of the two is the one that appeals to me most. The great thing about both the Lite and the Mini is they both share the exact same sensor and processor as the OMD, which is producing absolutely outstanding image quality, but they're in smaller, simpler and cheaper bodies. Now the Lite has it's a slightly bigger body than the Mini, and it's got this pivoty screen which you can actually tilt all the way over to take those ridiculous self-portraits that everyone loves to take. And it's got a wealth of buttons on there. So it's got all the buttons you need to go in and do your manual focus automatically. I mean, just at your fingertips. It's also got the touch to focus and take shot thing like the OMD. Here on the rear of the Lite, you can see it's got the touch to focus, and it's really, really responsive, unlike some touchscreens where you feel like you have to practically smash the glass to get it to respond. The big screen, that's something I really was impressed with on the OMD. The front of it looks, I really love the styling. You don't expect that on the back it's got a big bloody flat screen TV. Going down on the Lite, and you can see a lot more controls. You've got the traditional mode dial, and along the top of that back section, a lot more buttons that give you quick access to all the features that you could be looking for. Things that it's missing from the OMD though, which set it apart into a different class and different price category, are it's only got the 2-axis stabilization, whereas the OMD has the 5-axis, which works phenomenally well. You've seen in the hand-holding videos I've done recently. This one also doesn't have a viewfinder, it doesn't have the pop-up flash, but it will let you take an external flash, and it's not weather sealed as well as the OMD is. Now let's take a look at the Mini. So the Mini is really only marginally smaller, but it probably appeals to people who, if you're going to use it in most of the time in auto or just a program mode, then the back of this one, the interface is very similar to a normal point and shoot camera, but you can dig through the menus and get into full manual control. On the back of the Mini, it's pretty much the same sort of thing, except that it doesn't have the pivoty screen, and as you can see, there's a lot fewer buttons there. But the screen is still wonderfully responsive. Looking top down, only a few buttons, not much to be seen at all. It still has the fantastic sensor and processor, the same as the OMD and the Lite, and it's got the same compromises basically as the Lite has, everything I mentioned there, but also it doesn't have the pivoty screen, and it doesn't have quick access to all of the manual functions that you might want. So both the Lite and the Mini, which are both on cables to make sure I don't run away with them, it's an interesting step. When some brands have been putting full frame sensors into smaller bodies and that kind of thing, Olympus obviously is sticking with their 4/3 format, but as I said, the performance and the image quality that they're getting off the OMD sensor is just mind-blowing. Forget about the size of the sensor. So the fact that that's filtering down into more entry-level or lower-priced models in the market can only be a good thing. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and there'll be lots more photo news and reviews coming soon.